Hello, guys. Some of my followers here wondering I didn't post today, especially if you heard already or seen on TV news and TikTok about the arrest of our former president in the Philippines, Rodrigo Duterte. It's a long discussion about this, and all I can say, Duterte is had the highest satisfactory rate from Filipinos, all his on his terms, because in Philippines the president has 6 years. Within that 6 years, his satisfactory rate is very good, on that range. It went down during pandemic, but everybody experienced a little bit, but still a satisfactory rate, very good rate. Imagine if it was not him. Filipinos are like, imagine the current administration now, Marcos Jr. is the admin. All Filipinos are heartbreaking. I'm from Davao City. Davao City is one of the city in Philippines where Rodrigo Duterte started as a mayor. He's been mayor there for 30 years, not because of what the social media in Philippines who hates him claims that it's political family and that no. Davao is peaceful. If you look at Google or whatever, Davao is one of the cleanest city in Southeast Asia. First is Singapore. Also, Davao is the most peaceful city. Because you can walk outside 3 a.m., 2 a.m. with your phone, with all your jewelries, with your bags. No snatcher. People respect people there in Davao respect him. Loves him, his family. He treats everybody equal. No matter what, regardless with your status in life. It's just heartbreaking to see him taken away from us by ICC. He was given by the government right now, which is ICC, has nothing to do, and already Philippines is out of ICC. They have no jurisdiction. That's what we Filipinos are so upset, because Marcos, the current president, are upset about him. They have issues, problems. And what upsetting most is he's a traitor, he's a snake. He will not be a president right now if not because of Duterte family. Bring back the status of their family, because if you know the Philippine history, Marcos, now the president now, Marcos, his dad was a former president of the Philippines around 1980s. And there were people power that time, and he was persecuted and thrown to Hawaii and hid there. And then when he passed, the Philippine government, all administrations for how many Philippine president had passed, don't want him to get buried in heroes' burial. That's the burial for the president and all the heroes and soldiers in Philippines. But then when Duterte sat, so imagine your dad was in the freezer for how many years, because your dad's wish is to be buried in heroes' burial in Philippines. But then the government won't let him. So he was in a transparent coffin, a freezer, so everybody can see him. When Duterte sat, he is a fair guy, he's a lawyer, he's a prosecutor, he knows the law. He's a sharp man. So that's why everybody trying to pin him down, he can debate because he knows the law. Told the government and the people, even a lot are against with it, that Marcos should be, former President Marcos Sr. should be buried, because that's the Constitution, that's this, that's that. Not because he's a friend or not friend with the person or the family, but because that's the right thing to do. So he got buried peacefully, And then this is what he will do to him. This is what Marcos Jr. will do to him. They gave him without even, they didn't even let him to see the other kids. No clothes, you know. He just got in the airport back from Hong Kong because he talked to overseas Filipino workers there, which is love him to death. Even if you look at him on social media, Filipinos are crying because they love him so much. By the time he got to the airport, he got arrested. Surprise arrest. And it happens to be, election is about to come already. It's just so backstabbing. We Filipinos are so pissed. If you look at in social media, guys, a lot are doing rallies everywhere. As soon as it happened, the arrest, Filipinos are in rallies already. They cannot accept it. We cannot accept it. And the sad part, when he cleaned the Davao City, everything, Davao is the highest rate. And we give money to the Philippines. Davao has we gave most of the money, budget, to the whole city, whole country, Philippines, because it's managed very well. So, and then even from Manila people, from Luzon, Visayas, other continent, wished him to run as a president because they saw how much he worked hard for Davao City and how much he's a very good person. He's such an ideal leader, an iron fist. That's why he was featured in Times Magazine as an iron fist, because it's like a father that he can discipline you in a right way for your own benefit. They asked him to run. He ran because that was the request of people. Supposedly he doesn't want to run. He was like 70 plus years old at that time. He ran, gave way. No budget, no anything, because he's not really rich. And unlike other politicians who tried to run as president, they have a lot of budget, millions of budget. No, not him, no. But landslide, he won. And then this is what this administration right now will do to him. After all he's done, he cleaned the rate of crime in Philippines dropped. A lot of drug addicts surrendered. A lot infrastructure built, the bridge, the buildings. A lot of organizations were provided financially, even the cancer patient kids. A lot. But now, administration now? All you see in his post is party. And all you hear is the issue of cocaine, because that's what he said he's doing like this. And recently, there's an issue. His wife also detained here in United States, Los Angeles, the wife of the current president right now, because their colleagues died in the room of overdose of something, and they tried to hide it. So yeah, I hope she rot in prison as well. No infrastructure, current infrastructure right now. Instead, there's bridge collapse and stuff like that because they low the budget of the bridge. That bridge was the project of Duterte, but then when he took over, they changed a lot of the materials, money, put it in the pocket instead. Then the bridge now collapsed. People are now gonna do a people's power, but people are scared to do people power right now because they know election is coming. And if they do people power, Marcos will do the same as what his dad did before. As a dictator, he did a martial law so that so that the election will postpone, so he will sit on the same position for a long time. And I just cannot post anything that is so inspiring right now and so positive right now. I'm just feeling shit, to be honest. I'm feeling low, feeling down. Even other Filipino working abroad here in the United States, Middle East, other Asia countries are crying because of what they did to our father, we call him tatay. Tatay means a father. We Filipino loves him, and then you did this to him. For goodness sake, he's 80 years old. You cannot even give him a proper bed to sleep during the tension. You cannot even give him a time to see his kids. My God, ungrateful snake.